Can a language truly be resurrected? Imagine holding a piece of history in your hands, a language once thought lost forever. Can it come back to life? That is what we are here to find out. Languages are part of a bigger picture called language families. These are groups of languages that share a common ancestor. For example, English, German, and Dutch all come from the Germanic language family. When a language belongs to a family, it shares roots with many others, which helps us trace its origins. Sometimes, a language stops being spoken naturally. This can happen when communities shift to other languages or when speakers die out. But if some written records or recordings remains, it becomes easier to bring that language back. Hebrew is a perfect example. It was used mainly for religious texts for centuries, but in the early 1900s, people started speaking it again as a daily language. Today, millions of people speak Hebrew as their first language, and it is the official language of Israel. Reviving a language involves more than just knowing its history. It needs people who want to speak it again. Schools, media, and community events all play a role. For example, the Cornish language in England had no native speakers since the late 1700s. Through education and cultural programs, some people are now learning and using it again. Hawaiian faced near extinction in the 1970s, but now has thousands of fluent speakers, thanks to immersion schools and media in Hawaiian. The success of bringing back a language depends on how much of it was written down or spoken in the past. If a language disappeared without records, it is much harder to revive. When a language is brought back, it connects people to their history and culture. For instance, understanding biblical texts in Hebrew today is easier because of the language's written history. In simple words, yes, a language can be brought back to life. It takes effort, resources, and community support. Languages like Hebrew, Cornish, and Hawaiian show us that with dedication, reviving a language is possible. It keeps the story of a culture alive and helps new generations connect with their roots.